Hello everyone, I'm Jalise. Welcome everybody now to the top 6 Spider-Man films. Yes, there are 6 Spider-Man films, 3 different actors, and we're going to be ranking them from worst to best of the films. And I gotta say this, I do not hate, no longer, a single Spider-Man film. I enjoy every single one. They are each solid films in my opinions, but with very, these films have a lot of flaws, especially for the ones from my least favorites. So let's start off with the list. Number 6 is none other than Spider-Man 3. We all knew this was going to be on my least favorite. One, this movie destroyed me a lot. Spider-Man 2 is ultimately my favorite superhero film of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. And when I saw Spider-Man 3, I was so excited when I was younger. And then I saw it. And I hated it for so many years. And I rewatched it now that I'm an adult. And I gotta say, the first hour and 20 minutes was very good. We see the stress of Peter Parker. We see how the crowd of New York loves him. We see how the Sandman is a father, and he's a very sympathetic villain. I really enjoyed the Sandman's character in this movie. What I also liked was Peter Parker with the symbiote, how it changed his personality. Granted, yes, I could care less for the dancing, but the whole symbiote taking control of him, I wish it really just had like a different feel, like the symbiote actually talking to Peter, making him do evil stuff. And the whole thing with Harry Osborn as a Green Goblin and James Franco, what he did was a good job. Until he was like teaming up with Spider-Man at the end, I didn't like the last 30 minutes when they introduced Venom. And the guy that Eric Foreman told for Gray should not have ever been Venom. He should never have been Venom. And the entire third film should have focused on Spider-Man, his struggling with his feelings that another one of his Uncle Ben's killer is still alive, the Sandman. He wants revenge, and because of the suit, he's losing his relationship with Aunt May. He's losing his relationship with Mary Jane. He's losing ultimately any. And the thing, to me, this movie should have pulled back was that act of forgiveness. It's okay to forgive. Peter Parker should forgive the Sandman. Like, the entire climax should have been Peter going for to actually kill somebody and to have the opportunity to do it. And a moment when he should attack Sandman, or when he's about to kill him, Harry Osborn, his friend, still with with no longer the amnesia, and realize what Peter has done to his father, or if Norman Osborn dead, Harry should realize that I forgive you, Peter, for killing my father, and Mary Jane should forgive him right there, and then the act of forgiveness for Spider-Man to rip off the symbiote suit, go to the church scene and forgive the Sandman for the death of Uncle Ben. This movie should have been ultimately about forgiveness, and then set up later on the consequences of Spider-Man 3 to make a Spider-Man 4 with Venom. But that's say we did not get that, and that's why Spider-Man 3 is on my bottom list, just because our first hour and a half was solid, the rest of it, not so much. But what can I say? Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. I don't hate no more. It's an okay film for me. It's a C- film. Let's go right now to number 5. Number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man. Why don't I like that? Why don't I love this film? We've seen the origins of this before. We know Uncle Ben dies. We know Peter's family dropped him off, left him around. We know that he was bullied in high school, Peter Parker. Yes, we get that. And here's the thing, Andrew Garfield. He is not Peter Parker. I don't care what y'all say. That guy has a skateboard, is smart, and is making out with Emma Stone in the movie. The guy's life is not terrible. The guy's life is not hell. No. Tobey Maguire, his character in Spider-Man 1, yeah, I could accept that. Yeah, he looks old as heck to be in high school, but at least I understand it. I could see him getting bullied, getting picked on. Andrew Garfield? Nope. What else can I say? Again, a good portion of this movie, the first hour and a half, was all about the origin story. And since we've seen Spider-Man 1 in 2002, and we got this movie in, I'm not sure what it was. The point is, it was way too soon to show the origin story of Spider-Man yet again. The Lizard was a good villain in a way, but the death of Gwen Stacy's father was stupid in my opinion. And overall, I'm glad that we see the scientific side of Peter Parker, and I love the score of this film. And I love the suit. I fell in love with how the suit would look and how insect-like it was. That's why I enjoy some parts of this film. And I'm going to give it a 7.8 out of 10. It's a C plus film for me, but it's not overall my favorite Spider-Man film. So, number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man. Number 4, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know a lot of people hate this film, but hear me out. I love the fact that we get to see what happens to Peter Parker's family. I mean, to his father and to his mother. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see Electro for the first time. And and people say that Jamie Foxx's Electro only went against Spider-Man because he didn't know his name. It's not that. Let me talk about Jamie Foxx's Electro for 1 second. Jamie Foxx's Electro is a guy who is not very socially active. You can tell he's an awkward guy. He's obsessed with Spider-Man. He believes Spider-Man is his best friend. He just knows about electricity, and he knows about the power grid that he created. That's all he knows. And when an event happens that shakes him to his core, already unstable normal person, he's already an unstable normal superpowered guy now. The first time when he's learning about his powers, he feels all this power inside him, and he's like, I feel something special. And I really just enjoyed Jamie Foxx's Electro. I think he was a great villain for a Spider-Man franchise. I love the fight scenes. The fight scenes were amazing in this movie. I like the costume. I love the score. And again, Jamie Foxx's Electro was a great villain. And Peter with Gwen Stacy, their relationship was awesome. I'd say instead of her going to England, they should have just done her like detective and helping them out. And introduction of Harry Osborn, I enjoyed. What I preferred if that Norman Osborn was still alive and he he pushed Harry to basically to find a cure and to inject his own son, and then maybe Harry could have killed Gwen Stacy in that way and been more acceptable. But the fact is that they shoehorned Gwen Stacy's death was stupid. It was stupid. I like the ending scene with the little kid standing up to Rhino. I like that scene. He shows the heart of Spider-Man, who he is. So Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2 was, to me, a good film. I don't hate this film. The fact that they killed Gwen Stacy and introduced the Green Goblin at near the last 30 minutes, just like Spider-Man 3, was kind of bullshit. But I like the Electro storyline. I like the Spider-Man storyline. I like Gwen Stacy's storyline. I like what happened to the parents. I loved what was happening with Aunt May, her relationship with Peter. I enjoyed this film. I don't hate this film. And again, if people say it's the dream villain thing, no, Rhino was barely in this film. The guy was a thug, and then later on he had to suit it, and then he attacked Spider-Man. Yes, at the end of the film, 2 minutes. That's nothing compared to 30 minutes of Venom and casting Topher Grace as Venom. But no. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my number 4 pick, and I do not hate that film. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's good. And I like it. Sue me. It's a B+. Yeah, I like that film a lot. Now, sorry, I'm sweating a lot. It's at freaking 90 degrees. But, now to, number 3. SpiderMan Homecoming. I am always interested in new takes, new storylines, new characters, and I loved it. I only saw one trailer, and I only wanted to see one trailer because trailers now these days ruin a lot of things. And I was so enjoying the fact that Tom Holland. I enjoy Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He could be the best Spider-Man. I want one more film with him, and then I'll say he's the perfect Spider-Man. Until then, people, Tobey Maguire is still my number 1. But Tom Holland as Peter Parker was amazing. I'm glad that Robert Downey Jr. was not in a lot of this film. It really showed the origins, not an origins of Spider-Man, but who Spider-Man is as a character. He's a kid. He's a teenager. He's stuck in his love life. He really wants to invest in being a superhero. And he really wants to be invested. He's ready. He wants to go for the outside world. And the theme with this movie is that he's not yet ready for the big the big events. But he's going to stick to this friendly neighborhood stuff, be a regular Spider-Man. Just help people around the little guys and stand up for them. And that's what Spider-Man is always about. Aunt May, sexy as hell in this one, but so many great jokes, so many funny stuff. I like the new love interest. I don't care for it. It's not a Mary Jane. It's Michelle Johnson, I believe, that's the character's name, and she's MJ. So I don't really care about that. They don't trash upon certain characters. They give their new outtake. That's original. That's good. I enjoy that. So I like the new characters. I like how instead of the jock being the bully to Peter Parker, it's actually another fellow nerd or a guy that's really smart who's just jealous of Peter because he's smarter than him. I enjoy that. I enjoy this new take. I enjoy the new gadget. I love how Peter Parker, Tom Holland, is just still trying to figure out being Spider-Man. And this film was so much fun, so much enjoyable, and it was a feel fun, good time. I'm going to give this film a B+. I want to give it an A-, but I'm going to see it again, and then I'll rate it better. But overall, number 3, Spider-Man Homecoming. Very shocked at how good it was. Very shocked. Number 2, Spider-Man 1. Tobey Maguire, my first Spider-Man. Yes, the Green Goblin suit looked like shit, but Willem Dafoe. You cannot argue with that guy. That man is genius. I loved him as Norman Osborn. The final fight scene was amazing. It was simply a brutal fight scene, and the spirit of Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, into the Spider-Man was awesome. His upside-down kiss with MJ was great. The setting up point to this entire trilogy was awesome, and I just love the origin story of Uncle Ben, the wrestling gimmick. I love this fucking film. So out of a 10, I'm going to give it an A-. I really, really enjoyed Spider-Man 1. An awesome freaking film. And my number 1 favorite, you all know what it is Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2. What can I say about it? Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus. Amazing character. Love this new take. I especially love the hospital scene. That was a freaking horrific and lovely, feel-good time to watch. What else? I love the relationship between Aunt May, how Peter is struggling with his Aunt May losing a house, with his relationship with MJ, she's getting married. Harry blames Peter for not telling him who Spider-Man is, so he technically blames Peter for his father's death. I just really, really enjoyed this film. You see the hurdles that Peter's just taken. It's constantly hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. No breaks, no more fun, and he just decides to quit Spider-Man because apparently being Spider-Man sucks for him, and it obviously does. He can't hold on to a job. He's struggling in his life, and overall, that what makes the Spider-Man character so great. He's a man who struggles. He's a kid who struggles. He is a guy who's for the people, who is the people. He's the spirit of all of us, and I just love Spider-Man 2 for that. It showed us him getting a happy ending, get the happy ending at the end. I really enjoy his relationship with MJ, and I love that last part that she says, "Go get him, Tiger." And the music, the score is amazing. One of my favorite films of all time. Top 10 for sure. And Spider-Man 2 is going to always be my number 1. Still my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. Favorite superhero movie of all time. But this film is just simply amazing. That's all I gotta say. And for the top 6 Spider-Man films, that's my personal list, everyone. So subscribe if you like. This screen on my league. Comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. Name's Lee. Signing off for you to everybody. Bye bye.